Hello, everyone. I hope you're having a blessed day. Well, John McGarrick here, Christian commentator. Just want to go over the verse of the day and do a little study on it. So let's hop right in. For the grace of God has appeared that offers salvation to all people. It teaches us to say no to ungodliness and worldly passions, and to live self-controlled, upright, and godly lives in this present age. For the grace of God has appeared that offers salvation to all people. Oof, man, that hits hard. Anyway, this passage comes from Titus 2:11-12, NIV, part of the Apostle Paul's letter to Titus. Here's a brief overview of its meaning and significance. God's grace has appeared. The grace of God is often understood as God's unmerited favor, his loving kindness and mercy that we do not earn or deserve. And I would have to agree. This grace, this mercy to say no to the passions which enslave humans is amazing. I would trade all of my previous life for a grain of sand of what I have now in terms of peace and prosperity and joy. Just in the yoke is light. It is really great. The grace has appeared most fully in the person and work of Jesus Christ. Through Christ, salvation is extended to all people, showing that God's heart is for everyone to have the opportunity to know Him. Yes, I would agree. I don't know why I'm saying it like this. Let's just run it down, and then I think I'm going to talk about it a little bit, if anything pops out at me. Salvation offered to everyone. This phrase that offers salvation to all people underscores the inclusivity of the gospel message. Yeah, this is the ultimate DEI. Like, Christianity is the ultimate DEI. It includes everyone. So through salvation, though salvation is made available to everyone, it also involves our response, turning from sin and turning toward God, teaching us to say no. True grace isn't just a one-time gift for forgiveness. It's also transformational, teaching and empowering believers to reject, say no to ungodliness, worldly passions, and the things that draw us away from God's character. I will also note here that it doesn't mean that you have to be perfect overnight. This is a lot of things. I think this is something that a lot of people get hung up on. And the one I think is the most important to say, I'm kind of like sketched out to say it, so I should really say it. The homosexuals. I have love for everyone. But I feel that homosexuals feel that that God is their enemy, and God looks at them as their enemy because they live a sinful life. But newsflash, we all live sinful lives. As sanctified as I feel, as holy as I feel, I wake up the next morning, there's just a whole plate of sin. And in God's eyes, all sin is sin. So, like, there's no reason for us to rank what's bad or worse. Like, I'm a sinner. I am just as bad as a homosexual is perceived bad, socially. Okay? So we're all still, like, you can go to him even as a sinner and still receive grace and mercy. That's the whole point of the message. I know it's so hard to wrap your head around because it's so against how humanity operates, but that is the way it is. And I can tell you through my life that is the way it is. Anyway, ungodliness refers to attitudes and actions that contradict God's holiness. Worldly passions covers a wide range of selfish or impure desires fueled by a world system opposed to God. I only got a couple minutes here, so I won't be able to really comment too much more, so I'll just read. Living self-controlled, upright, and godly lives. Embracing God's grace leads to tangible changes in our daily living. Yes. We are invited to exercise self-control, discipline, thought, action, and desire. Yes. Uprightness, honesty, integrity, and moral rectitude. Yes. And godliness, reverence towards God. It shapes every aspect of life. Yes. Importantly, Paul emphasizes in this present age, highlighting that our faith is meant to impact how we live right now in the real world, not only in a future heavenly sense. I need people to understand, too, that the future isn't here. The future is in your imagination. It is not happening. It might happen. Like, God is telling you something that will happen if you do something, but that hasn't happened yet because you're not, like, the future, like, it's not a place you go to. It's just a now, but it's like a now later. Like, but it is now. So it's not real yet. So you need, like, everything. Okay, I'm just kind of just rambling about that, but I've just been hung up on this for a long time. Like, we need to live in the now. Stop living in the future. Stop living in the past. Live in the now. Okay. Hope for the future, power for the present. The broader context of Titus 2 includes the promise of blessed hope, the return of Jesus. Even as we look ahead to eternity, God's grace equips us for faithful living today. This passage balances the future promise of salvation and eternal life with God with present-day responsibility, holy living. In summary, Titus 2:11-12 highlights that God's grace is not merely a passive gift, but an active force that shapes the believer's life. By the power of his grace, believers are empowered to say no to sin and yes to living a life that honors God right here and right now. Sure, yes. Okay, so I'm a little bit over my time that I wanted to go for because I'm trying to do 5-minute videos, but I feel like this is super important. It is not passive. It is active. When you pray for it, it wakes up in you. And the only reason why you're not feeling it is because of disbelief. So start believing that it is happening. Because, like, if God were to go against your, like, why is faith and disbelief such an important factor of it? Is because God does not violate free will. Because then it's not free will. And I know there's a lot of people that believe in determinism and all that other shit. But whatever. I will try to unpack that as time goes on. And debate against it because I don't believe determinism works. Because then there would be no reason for sin. But free will, he will not intercede free will. Like, you know how like the worst sin even in human society is breaking someone's consent, breaking someone's free will. Like, we acknowledge that it's like a core feature of a human. Like, animals do not have free will. Humans do have free will. And it's like, well, okay. I'm starting to do the voices, so I'm gonna stop myself before I start to straw man the argument. But essentially, what I hear from people is that because we can't tell, we can't resist hunger, we can't resist breathing, or we'll die. So we don't actually have free will. But I mean, like, yeah, that's a really hard question. But still, I still believe it, because like you have free will to act in a rule set. You know what I mean? Like, just because a quarterback can't, I guess receivers can't forward lateral doesn't mean they can't throw the ball. You know what I mean? A free will is still a choice between one thing and another. It's either yes or no. Like, when a situation unfolds before you, you get the choice to say yes or no. Every single choice. So that's why I think free will kind of exists. But it does exist. Sorry. I'm way over time. That's why I'm like really bumbling. But Jesus Christ bless you. Have a nice day. See you later.